Hey everyone, today we're going to read Helen Keller. This is The Spirit of Lenin. Um, let's see, this is midstream, My Later Life, 1929. This is, the source is Helen Keller, Her Socialist Years. Okay, so we're just going to get into this. I think that every honest belief should be treated with fairness, yet I cry out against people who uphold the empire of gold. I am aware of moods when the perfect state of peace, brotherhood, and universal love seems so far off that I turn to division, pugnacity, and the pageant of war. I am just like St. Paul when he says, I delight in the law of God after the inward man, but I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind. I am perfectly sure that love will bring everything right in the end, but I cannot help sympathizing with the oppressed who feel driven to use force to gain the rights that belong to them. That is one reason why I have turned with such interest towards the great experiment now being tried in Russia. No revolution was ever a sudden outbreak of lawlessness and wreckage. Incited by an unholy brood of cranks, anarchists, and pedagogues, people turn to a revolution only when every other dream is faded into the dimness of sorrow. When we look upon these mighty disturbances, which seem to leap so suddenly out of the troubled depths, we find that they were fed by little streams of discontent and oppression. These little streams, which have their people all flow together at last retributive flood. The Russian Revolution did not originate with Lenin. It had hovered for centuries in the dreams of Russian mystics and patriots. But when the body of Lenin was laid in simple state in the Kremlin, all Russia trembled and wept. The mouths of hungry enemies fed on new hopes. But the spirit of Lenin descended upon the weeping multitude, as with the cloven tongues of fire. And they spoke one to another and were not afraid. Let us not follow him with cowering hearts, they said. Let us rather gird ourselves for the task he has left us. Where our dull eyes see only ruin, his clear sight discovers the road by which we shall gain our liberty. Revolution he sees, and even disintegration, which symbolizes disorder, is in truth the working of God's undeviating order. The matter of our government shall be no less wonderful than the manner of our deliverance. If we are steadfast, the world will be quickened to courage by our deeds. Men vanish from earth, leaving behind them the furrows they have plowed. I see the furrow Lenin left sown with the unshatterable seed of a new life for mankind, and cast deep below the rolling tides of storm, enlightening mighty crops for the ages to reap. So this was Helen Keller. I might start getting into the people that, a lot of people don't realize were socialists and were big supporters of the Soviet Union. So yeah, there's quite a few of them that you don't realize were big supporters of the Soviet Union. And, whereas, oftentimes before, the United States made communism or supporting of communism illegal, basically. And so this is a good read here. I'll probably read more Helen Keller too. All right, y'all. Follow me, Marxist Saw, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Okay. Without a goy.